The phone rang as I stood inside a transparent elevator, gliding upward through a skyline that had long forgotten who I was. Her number was unchanged. Some people preserve their wounds like trophies. Others keep their weapons sharpened. My reflection, fractured across the mirrored metal, older, colder, more controlled. I picked up without greeting her. She spoke first. Hearing my name from her lips felt wrong, like a falsehood that had lived too long. "I saw you speaking on a panel," she said. "At first, I didn't realize it was you. But then you smiled." I hadn't. A silence stretched between us. I let it linger. Quiet has a way of forcing confessions people never planned to make. "I just wanted to ask," she went on, her breathing uneven now. "How did you get there?" The elevator announced. "My stop, penthouse." I ended the call without replying. My hand didn't shake, my heartbeat did. Some shames don't disappear with time. They mature. Years before, she stood on a stage holding a microphone, smiling the same way. Too wide to be gentle. Friends, strangers, raised phone stained. Like blades. She called it a joke. Claimed it was affection. Said I was overly sensitive as laughter grew and crushed me. She exposed everything. My mistakes, my insecurities, the night I broke down in her car because I believed I wasn't enough. She allowed them to laugh. I remember my face burning, the ringing in my ears. The look she gave me afterward confused, as if something had cracked that she never intended to repair. I vanished the following morning. No farewell, no reasons, just silence. People imagine disappearing is dramatic. It isn't. It's precise, controlled. You erase yourself inch by inch. You delete your name from places it once existed. You learn how to be unseen long enough to build a version of yourself no one and I did. But authority doesn't erase the past. It sharpens it. When she called again that evening, I ignored it. Let it roll into voicemail. Then I listened. She was crying carefully. The restrained kind of tears that seek forgiveness without offering regret. "I know I hurt you," she murmured. "I was young. I didn't understand. I need to know how you lived through me. Survived." The words settled heavily inside my chest. I didn't endear her. I analyzed her. Even when I loved her, I noticed things the way her kindness felt rehearsed. How truth twisted itself around her convenience. How her smile widened when eyes were watching. I ignored it because I wanted to be chosen. That was my first error. The second was believing embarrassment was the worst thing she could do. It wasn't. The joke was only the beginning. The real damage came later, in mismatched timelines, shifting explanations, laughter that arrived just a fraction too late. I never confronted her. I never do. I watch. I gather. I wait. By the time I disappeared, I already knew more than she. Believed enough to leave deliberately. Enough to prepare an ending she still couldn't imagine. The city lights smeared into color as I entered the penthouse. My assistant asked if I was all right. I nodded, as always. My phone vibrated again. A message. "Please, just tell me how you did it." I stared at the screen. 2 words surfaced in my mind. "Not yet." 3 days later, I met her. A public place? Glass walls? Midday light? She picked the cafe still addicted to witnesses. Some patterns never fade. She stood when she saw me. Hands unsteady, eyes scanning. My face for something familiar. She didn't find it. "You look?" Her voice broke. "Different?" I sat, calmly, deliberately. "Say to you?" That was the first lie she told herself. That we were on equal ground. She talked endlessly. Guilt always loosens tongues with age. She described the past as confusion, hues, a joke that went too far. She never truly apologized. Then she asked again, "How did you make it?" I studied her at the shallow lines, at her mouth, the panic hidden beneath curiosity. I leaned closer. 2 words. The same ones I'd saved. I remembered. She blinked. "What?" "Everything." Her smile fractured, just enough. I slid my phone across the table. Slowly. Precision matters. On the screen were messages. Timestamps, name screenshots she never knew existed. A silent record of who she was while she laughed on that stage. Her breath caught. "I didn't leave because of the joke," I said gently. That only confirmed what I already knew. Her fingers trembled as she scrolled. Color drained from her skin. "You knew," she whispered. "I knew before you humiliated me," I replied. "I just needed to see how far you'd go." Tears formed real this time, and useless. "I thought you were weak," she sobbed. "I thought you'd forgive me." I'd stood. That's when she collapsed to her knees. Right there on the cafe floor. Eyes wide, terror dawning as the truth finally assembled itself. "No," she cried. "It can't be." I looked down at her, no anger, no victory. "You didn't destroy me," I said. "You introduced me to who I needed to become." People stared. Phones rose. History replayed, but this time, I wasn't the exhibit. "Choose it." I walked away as she called my name like a prayer that had expired. Outside, the city kept moving. It always does. Pao doesn't shout. Revenge isn't chaotic. It's quiet. It's knowing the story she repeats to herself every night will never let her rest again. She wanted to know how I made it. Now she knows. And I never turned back.